Welcome back to Tea with Sienna, where the tea is always hot, the receipts stay ready, and nothing gets sugar-coated. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now, let's get into it. Critics have been accusing Claressa Shields of copying Remy Ma's style, from her outfits to her overall aesthetic, and many believe Remy has finally taken notice. On top of that, Claressa has been regularly showcasing her success, highlighting her home, pool, gym, and financial achievements across social media. While supporters see it as celebrating her accomplishments, critics argue the constant displays have only fueled more conversation and comparisons.
I got a good man. Yeah, talk to me. Talk to me. You still broke. You still broke. It's just miserable and sad. That's all they doing. That's you wish you can be in place. You doing all that. You doing all that. Yes, my life is very peaceful. Who is this who said that? Kel. Yes, my life is very, very, very peaceful. I live in a 7-bedroom house. I got a pool in the back with a basketball court. I got a gym in the basement. I got millions of dollars. I can buy what I want. Yeah. Yeah, all that. And I'm happy as fuck. And I got a good man. Yeah, talk to me. There you go. It's nothing that, just how y'all can write words and y'all can make posts in capitals and y'all can blaze and y'all can post old pictures, I can't.
Many critics believe Claressa Shields has been trying to mirror Remy Ma's style, from her fashion choices to her overall image, and they argue Remy has finally taken notice. They also feel Claressa's frequent displays of wealth come across as an attempt to prove something rather than simply enjoy her success. In contrast, they say Remy rarely speaks about money, choosing instead to let her accomplishments speak for themselves. According to these observers, the comparisons go beyond attitude and extend to repeated similarities in appearance and presentation, leading them to believe Remy responded in a calm, confident way that reflected someone comfortable in her own identity.
I don't know if it's mayonnaise, but it's good.
One for Peyton, NFL Man of the Year, presented by Nationwide. It is Wagner. What an incredible honor this is. It's not about the stats. It's not about what happens on the field. It's about Walter's legacy and fulfilling that legacy.
Can't copy that. That's awesome.
Walter's legacy and fulfilling that legacy.
Can't copy that. That's awesome.
Walter's legacy and fulfilling that legacy.
Can't copy that. That's awesome.
Critics argue that Remy's response didn't come across as someone feeling threatened, but as someone simply addressing a situation she had noticed. They believe the comparisons have grown beyond coincidence, with many online pointing out repeated similarities between Claressa Shields' style and Remy Ma's image. The speaker also notes that the next clip comes from an unidentified podcast and invites viewers to identify the source so proper credit can be given, adding that the host presented her perspective in a clear and well-supported way.
I definitely think she is in competition with Remy. I mean, if he's your man, you shouldn't be in competition, but I mean, he's your man, but he's her husband. They haven't got a divorce for a reason.
Is the competition the baby?
No,
How else can
I think
Remy
all of it
compete?
is. I think all of it. I think that's why she's saying, I'm going to have a baby next year, and keep saying it because she's jealous of the baby.
I
think that's why she's saying my body tea. She's jealous of how Remy looks. She don't look like that. I'm just saying Claressa's not an ugly girl, but let's just be truthful. We got eyes. Remy looks better than Claressa. I don't care how young Claressa is. Remy looks better than her. And so I think that's what all that, I didn't never have surgery. I have, because she's in competition with his wife. Let's call it what.
The speaker argues that the podcast host had no personal connection to the situation, which made her opinion come across as more objective and unbiased. They also point out that many people online have independently reached similar conclusions about the ongoing comparisons, suggesting that the discussion has grown beyond just a few critics. The conversation then shifts to Claressa Shields' repeated comments about having children at a younger age. Critics believe those remarks appear to reference Remy Ma's well-known fertility journey, including her later life pregnancy and IVF experience. From their perspective, the repeated emphasis on age, timing, and motherhood feels less like a personal life update and more like a series of subtle remarks aimed at Remy. While supporters may see those comments differently, critics argue that the pattern has become difficult for many observers to ignore, though they acknowledge that these interpretations remain a matter of opinion.
I want to have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one, and then do the same thing again. Like, I don't want to wait till I'm 40, 43, whatever, after my career to have my kids.
Right.
I want to be able to run at the park with my kids and stuff like that. I don't want to be too old.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that keeping my body in shape, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I think that'll also help me too while I'm going through this whole body and life changing stuff.
Right.
The speaker argues that Claressa Shields' repeated comments about having children come across less like personal life goals and more like subtle messages directed at Remy Ma, although they acknowledge that this remains a matter of personal interpretation. They also claim that Papoose initially appeared reluctant to make the relationship public and only became more visible after the situation was brought into the spotlight. From this perspective, Claressa's frequent social media posts featuring Papoose may be unintentionally giving him an easy explanation if the relationship ever ends, allowing him to point to the constant public attention as something he never wanted. The speaker then contrasts that with Remy Ma's approach, arguing that her appearance at a major sporting event reflected confidence and composure. Rather than engaging in public back and forth, critics believe she allowed her presence, style, and accomplishments to speak for themselves, further fueling the ongoing comparisons between the two women. Critics interpreted Remy Ma's custom outfit as a subtle statement, arguing that it reflected confidence rather than direct confrontation. They believe the overall discussion highlights broader comparisons between Remy and Claressa Shields, with some viewing Claressa's comments and style choices as attempts to mirror Remy. From that perspective, the conversation isn't just about fashion, but about identity, image, and public perception. Whether those comparisons are fair is up to each viewer, but the debate continues to fuel online discussion. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more updates.